Welcome back to another episode of The Breakdown. Today we're going to be looking at a gold Venom game. It's funny because I did a coaching session with the Venom, which is going to be coming up pretty soon. So I feel like they're going to learn a lot from this, and then you guys are going to learn that our Venom players are going to learn a lot from him as well. For those of you that don't know, The Breakdown is where I take a look at your game, I review it, and I go through the game and I see what we can improve on to get better to help you reach your goals. If you'd like your own personal breakdown, let me know in the comments below. The highlighted pinned comment, respond to that and you will have your review. Here's what the player had to say when submitting their review. This game I was playing Venom most of the game. I went into this game with the mindset of focusing only on myself and my performance and not my teammates. We managed to almost push the cart all the way, but I had some slip ups which cost us. But on defense, I believe that I did the best of my abilities. Please help me pop in. How did we lose this? Note that the moment the enemy went hella, I knew I needed to be on her 24/7. Well, no problem. Let's go through this replay. Now, I do want to say that this player is a member. For those of you that are members of this channel and you guys want to break down, your reviews will be prioritized. Obviously, I'm still going to do other players' games, but just if you are a member and you just happen to be like, hey Pop, and I want to review, you will jump to the front of the line because you guys are the reason why I can do this. If you guys want to help support the channel and become a member yourselves, please consider clicking that join button. Not only do you have priority on reviews, but you also have priority on a lot of other stuff. I would check it out, but let's hop into it. Here we go. So we are going to be playing Venom into, we're solo tank. Oh no, we're not. I thought we were solo tanking. So we're going to be playing Venom into Pity and Thor. Not too shabby. I like that we go up here to try to get some space. Going up top is always a good thing because you're able to just get a better view of the situation and people don't really know where you are. They can hear you, but they don't know where you are. We go in and we dive. We never really want to dive in a, You never really want to dive in a situation like this. If you can reach your target without diving, then do so, because then you can basically do another rotation of your abilities with the dive next time. So as an example, if we were here and we drop down, you hit her a little bit, hit her a little bit, hit her a little bit. She's going to react to you somehow. And then what you could do is go on the wall and then dive down, or you can swing and then dive down. But you can use your dive second because you're already on her the first time. You know what I mean? So like now, you see how she like pushed you back and stuff? Imagine if you ran up the wall and then you dive her after she just used all of her cooldowns. Now she has nothing left to get you off. So what I mean? So be a little bit more cautious about how you use your abilities. And it's not just a Venom thing, it's everybody in general. If you can accomplish your goal without using your abilities, don't use your abilities. Okay, so we're going back to get a little recovery. Be careful on doing that because your healers can't heal you and they get a lot of ult charge from it. So if you can have your healers heal you, then let them heal you. We're going back in for the dive. Every time you go for a dive, have a reason in mind on why. Now we know we lost our Wolverine, so we got to be a little bit careful because we don't have our damage dealer. If you decide to dive in and go crazy like this, dive and walk backwards. It's going to have them focus you and you're going to create space for your team without actually having to do much. When you dive in, just walk backwards. They're going to focus you and follow you, and you're creating a lot of space for your team, but you're also turning the enemy team around, which is good for your team as well. Let's keep going. I like how you tried to go for that. Wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing, but just do it really quick. So instead of being down under and like following them for a little bit, wait till the tether's about to pop and just do it like that. So it's very hard for them to react to. Okay, don't be afraid to go back up here and be in the fight. We're the tank. We shouldn't be this far back, especially when you have a high resource like this. You have so much HP. We shouldn't be back here chilling. If you have to sit and pause and avoid supers and stuff like that, don't worry about it. Sit and pause, but still pause somewhere that they're scared of you. Don't retreat all the way. When you're fighting, walk past them, turn around, and keep hitting them. This means once you KO Mr. Fantastic, you can move on to the next target and they're not going to be out of your reach. Imagine this guy walks back or flew backwards and he's here. How are you going to attack him from where you are if you're that far away? But if you attack this guy while walking and Thor goes here, you're right there where Mr. Fantastic is and you're still chasing Thor. So as you attack and you start noticing you're slowly winning the fight, continue to move forward as you're winning the fight. Okay. You could be somewhere else. You don't need to be there. You could be kind of coming up here and then just wait for them and start fighting here. The reason why you would rather fight them here than over there with your team is because when you fight them, they're going to be stalled for a little bit, right? So if they come out here, they come out here, they're going to be stalled while fighting you. Then you're going to fly out, you're going to swing away. Well, you stalled them and then they have to walk back, right? But if you jump when they're here, they can probably stall. You're going to stall them, but they can probably fight you off while fighting with their team. You don't create as much space as you would have because they're already in the destination. So let's just play this as an example and see what happens. You see? Now, I guess you're already in the same spot that I was saying to be in, I guess. But for the most part, the same thing can be said. You see how they're distracted with you? After they get done with you, they're going to have to then walk to the team fight itself. So, they shouldn't have came out right there, though. I think this is just kind of a low rank mistake. They should have came out of here, like Thor. And then you would drop down on them here, which buys your team enough time to continue to push. And then when you swing out, you stalled, and then they have to walk all the way to cart. You know what I mean? But I don't think they should have came out from here. That shouldn't have happened. Here we're going back to the team. Think about why you're here. Do you need to be back here, or can you be doing something else with your time? You could probably be back here, but that's something you always want to weigh the pros and cons of. Right here, you're not needed. Go swing over here and try to make something happen over here around the cart. Because you're not needed because look at your entire team. They're already surrounding these two, so just go somewhere and do something else. You have a limited amount of time throughout the entire match. It's okay to spend it elsewhere because you don't want to just be in the same spot trying to do so. I think for the most part, though, we just need to focus on the ability usage. We need to focus on where we're diving. I think that'd be huge. Okay, Thor attacks your back line. Not really much you can do. You lost 3 players on your team. You're just gonna have to wait it out. Mr. Fantastic Gaming. I hate that character. I mean, I don't, but I hate going against them. Again, we shouldn't be here. Go back there. You're fighting yourself behind the team in a lot of these scenarios. And I know it's your way of disengaging, but you're making your front line, you're making your back line be the front line. You can disengage and be in other spots on the map. You don't have to be there. Venom is very mobile, especially because he can walk on walls. Like you could have already been here and already been doing our thing. We could have been hitting them while your team was going and doing stuff back there. Now, when you leave your team, that doesn't mean ignore them, right? You still need to think about what's going on back there and if you need to return. But in most of these scenarios, there's only a few people next to your teammates and you could have already been ahead of the game and doing something else in the front. Similar to what you're trying to do here. You don't need to go that deep. You could have just slammed and then played off of the wall here. When you retreat as Venom, don't think you always need to swing away. The thing is, when you do that, as I said before, you're making your backline be the front line. In a situation like this, there's cover. Just walk here and they can heal you. You know what I mean? So the swinging back all the way, you don't need to do that. You can still be a threat when you're low. Just use cover and let them heal you. You know your healers are right there. We also know that there's nobody behind us. This goes for any tank, not really just Venom. You don't need to run away all the way because you're relieving pressure on them. You have them on the ropes, you have the pressure there, and then you just swing away, and now all the pressure that you just created is gone. So either dive correctly, so to speak, and you don't have to swing away like that, or if you do that, just kind of have some cover near you that you can sit in and wait for your team to heal you up. Just another thing where we are too far away, you could have just sat here and been healed. Because now you're closer to the team and you can start fighting a little bit quicker. But you have to get off from where you were and then come here, and then you could just always be closer to the action. I think that's one of the main things right now that's could be improved, is just be closer to the action so you can have more uptime. Uptime is the ability to do a lot of things in the moment that you have. Or in the time that you have allotted. Very nice. Now we already know that this right here is an invulnerability ult, basically. You can't KO anybody in here. So what I would like to see you do is move forward and try to block them from collapsing on their team. Let's see what you do. We don't need to go forward, go forward, go forward. This is a habit that you really got to start breaking, because this is going to be how you take a lot of space. You're giving them the opportunity to combat what's going on. When you have them on the ropes like this, you don't want to give them any breathing room. Go forward and either sit right here and play with them, or go up and slam down. Just make it so that they can't collapse on their team, because this point is taken when the cloak and dagger ult wears off. But if the team can collapse, the point is going to have to be contested yet again, which you already did earlier. You're basically stalling out the match. And I'm only saying, like, a lot of what you're doing is a lot of this is you're actually getting away with it because the rank that you're in right now. But the higher you go, the less this is going to work. So this is the type of thing that you need to think about when you're playing. Okay, yep, go forward. Try to create more space. You see how you always seem to retreat like you're trying to be sneaky? Don't do that. You want to be a threat. You want to be, go walk here and start throwing down some tendrils. I don't think you can reach him from there though, but you could definitely reach that Loki. So start hitting some things from Loki. What's Loki going to do? Look up. What's he going to do when they come out? Look up. And they're going to be focused on you. You're creating space and making Thor have to 1v, well, I guess Penny's back. What is she doing back there? You're going to make Thor and Penny have to fight without having any help from their team. That's pretty much your goal as characters like Venom and things like that. You see how you waited to dive to get that accomplished? You didn't have to dive to do it at all. Don't swing out. Don't swing out. I know you want to swing out because technically that's what dive characters do. They go in and go out. You have to be very cautious about how far you're going. Try to use cover. Try to only swing out a little bit. For me personally, when I swing out, I would probably swing out to maybe like right here. So I'm still in their sight lines, but I can get healed right here. But when you swing out like that far, like I said, you're relieving a lot of the pressure you just created for your team. And you're potentially making your backline front line. And you don't want that. I don't think you needed to ult that. I know what you're looking for, but I don't think that was necessary. Usually when you use your ult, you want to either look for a pick or you want to ult something that makes a lot more sense in terms of how can you turn the tide of the fight. Venom's ult is kind of like a tank buster in a way, as well as a KO secure. Well, I guess you can still KO secure with it, but usually you're using the tether. But the ult can be a tank buster because it 50% HPs them. So don't be afraid to use it that way. Okay, I like it, I like it. Not really much you can do in the ult, but I know we're in overtime. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. That's alright though. So far, like I said before, it's pretty much just we create pressure and then we leave, so the pressure is just relieved, or we don't pressure forward and be like a wall. We let them keep recontesting points when they don't need to. Let's see if this is the same thing that happens here. What are we trying to accomplish? I would have just went up here and wait. When you're playing a tank, wherever you're fighting, the team has to complement. So if you're tanking in a weird spot like this, your team has to do something to see you. So they have to get past this area with no cover and see you here. This is not good cover for them. This sucks. So what you want to do is you want to let the cart come out so that they can use this wall and back there as cover while you're fighting and being away from danger. Where you are right now, they have to be out of cover and they have to actually be way closer to you. Don't fight there. You see now, let's just say you have the you were stalling the cart or fighting here, they could see you, and it's way easier for you to get healed without them being in so much danger. You don't need to go back. I think you were fine. Could have just walked up the wall, maybe got a health pack. I don't think that you got one health pack this game. So make sure we're getting health packs when you need to. You don't need to always get healed. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You're okay. Fight him, fight him, fight him, and walk to the health pack as you're fighting him. I know it kind of sucks to be in a building with Venom. I do get this, but it looks like you don't have easy swing on, so you can. It doesn't really matter to you. But for players who have easy swing on, just be a little bit careful when you're in buildings. But yeah, don't be afraid to tether someone, to fight them, and lead them somewhere. Remember, you don't always need to initiate with slam. You can just walk up because they're already near you. AoE ultimate, that's going to keep them invulnerable. So just try to go up here or something and just kind of be a presence. You're definitely not KOing anybody in that. So the only playmaking ability that you just had was your ultimate, in terms of being able to pick somebody off really quickly, and we wasted it in a cloak and dagger ult. So now we don't really have much to turn the tide, which is probably going to be why this fight right here is a little bit more difficult. So we have to press the tab button, so to speak, and we have to see what is the problem on their team. Their Hela is 14. Their Bucky is 17. Their Loki is 16. Their Thor is 20. This is a hard game. But what we could do is we could eliminate the issues here. So I would say that our main issue right now would be Bucky. So if we can get Bucky out, somehow we're chilling. Now obviously Venom, you swapped from Venom, so the way you're gonna play it is gonna be a little bit different, but the concept is still the same. Oh, I just realized that Venom ult you just did was in your ult. The colors are backwards. I wish they could fix that. Maybe make it so that way your blue side. I don't know. I like some color coding things so that when I'm spectating the player, they're always blue. That was just a random thought, by the way. I wouldn't have swapped to the thing. Yeah, okay. You swapped back to Venom. Because I was like, I don't think that was the solution. I just think you need to adjust your gameplay. That's all. So again, we're most likely going to be focused on the Bucky first, the Hela second, and then the healers third if we have nothing else to focus on. Nice. Now we won the fight. We need to go move forward. And she's crazy. Don't feel bad. Hitting that character is really hard. But yeah, we should be moving forward and taking the space and looking to fight in this area. Every time that you win a fight, you want to try to move up. Every time you win a fight on defense, you want to try to move up. So we won the fight here, right? Move up, have the fight here. We won the fight there, move up, have the fight here, right? That means they have to contest you 3 times to get back to where they were instead of just walking right back to where they were and only having to contest this one point. This is why we do that. But let's keep moving. Not really much you could do. But this wouldn't have happened if we decided to fight them over there. This is also a reason why I like to have Venom ult, because if I know that the supports have ultimate, what I'll do is I'll go and try to one-shot the support. They are going to ult. And when they ult, they waste it and it's used over here. If I try to ult Cloak and Dagger, she's going to start with the ult and dash all the way to the team. That means that the ult is not going to be surrounding your team. It's just going to be onto the pathway to your team. These are the things that we want to think about when we're playing. There's a lot more that we can contribute to the game And if we're not doing what we can do to win the game as much as we could, these are when we start losing the games, and we don't really know why. Again, we're looking for Bucky, not Loki. Okay, we got some stuff accomplished there. Now in this scenario, what we would do is we would just hug the wall here and try to fight when they come out. That way you can hold the space. Again, it's the same thing. You don't want them to walk back all the way to the contesting point. You want them to have to walk through a few contesting points to get back to where they were. Let's keep going. When you leave, you're basically making it so that your team, you're relieving the pressure. Remember that. You have to keep remembering that. The pressure is being relieved. Bucky Gaming. All right, we want to wait for our team to come back. We can't really make a fight happen, so don't dive in. We need our team to be here on all together. And then what we're going to do is look for Bucky. That's all we got to do. Went too early. They're not even fighting. Your team's way over there. Timing is huge when you're playing dive characters. You cannot just be going in willy-nilly like this. I actually talked more about this with the student that I was coaching, that you're going to see that video pretty soon, and we go over more about it. But timing is important. Okay, again, our target priority should be Bucky. When we get him out like we just did, we should win. Problem, right? What happens? What do we say we need to do? We need to go over here when your team can handle the rest to contest them and have them have multiple contesting points all the way to the point. You don't want them to for free walk forward. Now that they're able to get back, Cloak and Dagger is able to ult, but imagine you were able to KO the Cloak and Dagger on her way out, and then you come back to your team and finish off the fight. You would have won the game. So, there's a few things that we could have done to win the game, but I think that one right there was the most game-winning play you could have done, which was just take out the Cloak and Dagger on her way back, and or force her to ult 2 point, which she wouldn't make it. That's way too far. And then go back and then KO the rest of the team. That would have won you the game right there. But anyway, I hope this helped out. As I said before, if you guys would like to have your replays reviewed, the pinned highlighted comment below is going to be how you do it. Just follow that prompt there, and then your game will be reviewed. So thank you guys for watching. And Omri, thank you for being a member. I do appreciate it. And all the other members that are watching, thank you guys for being members as well. If you guys want help to support the channel, please consider clicking that join button down below. But until next time, you know what I always say. Thank you guys for doing what? Popping often. Will often.